big game. I think it was an exceptionally big game for the people that's been here as long as I have, or Rodney. You know, to go down there and never be able to come out of there with a win. And it was in the back of our minds, you know, thinking that once we stepped on the floor, we had never won down there, and hopefully it wasn't going to be the same situation. But we knew, like, the times, it was like sort of reversed, because usually we would go down and play Citadel and then come back and play Furman. So this year they switched it up a little bit, and it helped, I guess. You know, we went in there with a good attitude. We played hard. We kept our poise, and we just played together and was able to come out there with a win. It was a great win because, you know, like I said, me and Greg and Calvin and Rodney, we'd never won down there except for when Greg and them very first came here.
We really don't feel as though we lost that game. I mean, you know, every game we go out to play, you know, you're supposed to go out to win. We went out to play, but we didn't go out to win. We went out to keep the home winning streak alive. We didn't go out to win, you know. We just went out just to keep them from beating us. I mean, there's even though most people don't know how to relate it, there's a difference between going out to win and going out not to lose.
And Chattanooga just comes in here and whips us. They play very well. We don't play bad. We play pretty good. And they beat us, and I think that was, in some areas, that was the thing that helped us some. We got, you know, the pressure began to mount, and our home winning streak was at that time like second in the country. There had been some other people that had been beaten, and so that moved us up like second. And we got to the point where we were playing not to lose rather than playing to win. So that took the heat off of us.
And it hurt to lose that game. Especially it hurt to lose any game here because of our record and everything we had going. But I think that game hurt, but it helped a lot more than it hurt. I mean, it made us realize in order for us to win the conference and to be able to go back over the mountains, across the mountains, and do what we did the past few years, we had to really start playing some ball. We couldn't just, when things started going bad, we couldn't hang our heads and, you know, just blame it on somebody else. We had to take responsibility and pick everybody up and just continue to play. And I think after that loss, that's what we was able to do.
You know, when we played Furman here, when they came back in the second half to beat us, you know, we were more content on the first half. I mean, we played so great and stuff that, you know, we figured it could carry us, and it really did. We started getting sloppy with the ball, and, you know, we really weren't focused after halftime. I mean, the attitudes in the locker room during halftime, you know, guys were like, we really killed them and stuff. And you know, personally, you know, I know some of the guys from Furman and stuff. I knew they weren't going to just lay down and stuff, and, you know, they came back out and they just whooped us. They beat us.
We come home and lose to Furman after having a big lead, and that hurt us. That bothered us. But again, all these things helped us become a better basketball team. Because one of the things that we preach is when you win, you don't get up on top of the mountain, and when you lose, you don't get down the valley. So even though it hurt, we had begun to mature. And we were a better basketball team at that time, even though we lost to Furman here than we were when we won down at Furman. So we kept things in perspective, and I thought our coaching staff did an excellent job in that area. And our team, we kept working and kept getting better and better. And our goal was from the very beginning is we knew that we were going to win the Southern Conference tournament. That was our goal, and we were building toward it every day. We practiced. Our goal was to win the Southern Conference tournament. And, you know, our little slogan or motto or whatever was 4 and more. We wanted to win the 4th time in the Southern Conference, and more was win more games in the NCAA, which ended up we did.
We had a good team unity, I would say. Everyone, you know, was really starting to pull together. Everyone was, you know, rooting for each other, you know, and that's what you need to have a successful team. Everyone pulling for one another, and, you know, we really came very close down the stretch, and that's what made the difference, I think.
Chattanooga had been playing so well, and going to their place after they'd beaten us here, and then knowing we had to go to Western on Monday, and Western had all their people back and were playing really great. You know, that was a big chore for us. And to go in there and play like we played and win the game as handily and as easy as we did win the game, and then going to Western, and our team was in sync and we were back on the road.
Our goal was to win the tournament 4 times. See, most people thought we were saying sweep the entire conference. You know, we really didn't have a goal for winning the regular season conference until, you know, it got right down to the stretch. The last couple games, we realized, you know, we really could do it. I mean, we could do it without having to depend on anybody else. And that's when we really start setting our focus on that.
Rick Baker, we kind of got together and we stayed in the training room probably 3 days, 3 times a day. So I think that helped a lot for us. Me just getting back on it the next day and start working it out just a little bit, just gradually getting it back together. So I think that really helped me as far as, you know, not letting me just rest. And he kind of got me back in there the next day and just, you know, started doing some motions without weights and then got back on weights. And he had me ready by that Friday came up.
Well, I remember going over on the bus on a Friday afternoon, and Calvin said, "Coach, I'm going to play tomorrow." And I'm thinking to myself, "Sure, you're going to play. You know, just scoped on Monday, and you're going to play tomorrow." And he said, "I'm going to play." I said, "Well, we'll talk about it in the morning." And I mean, I knew that he wasn't going to play. In fact, I already made my mind he wasn't going to play. So that night, about 10 o'clock, he calls the room and said, "Coach, I'm playing." He said, my knee feels better than it's felt the whole year. I said, "We'll talk about it in the morning, Calvin. I can't make that call anyway. You have to talk to the doctors have to tell us." And then the doctors came in and said, at that time, I really didn't think he was going to play. The doctors came into our dressing room after Calvin had already dressed and gone up and shot, you know, like an hour before the game and came back. And then going out and playing and big shot for us. I mean, just his presence meant so much to us, you know, from the standpoint of confidence. I'm sure that Appalachian had prepared all week that Calvin wasn't going to play. And when he came out and played, it was just, they were in shock and I was in shock, and we just